What is going on, folks? We're back. We're in the as the aptly titled mid-season where we've hit the midpoint of the NFL season.
The mid part, yes.
Dallas is 5-3, which that's expected for what we thought the Dallas Cowboys were going to be, either that or 6-2 or 7-1, one of the two. So they're in pretty decent shape going into the mid season. NCAA is rounding out the last 3 games of the season, so we're hitting where certain college season teams are knowing whether they're bowl eligible, and others are fighting for bowl eligibility.
Yeah,
Still,
yeah. We seen a. Now I want to say a shift. That's not a shift. Shift is not the word. We have seen surprises in the college, at least the college rank, for one big reason. When you have your Heisman Trophy leader output just turn into shit the way it has these last 2 games.
I mean, he was crying on the sideline, and
I mean, yo, look, man,
bro,
it ain't every day. Every day you get your head smacked by the fucking Washington, you think to yourself, remember back when I embarrassed Dion? That was cool.
Well,
like
also,
it was a long time then, Caleb. Like what you do? He's not even. He like dog ain't playing the same, bro.
he got inside his head. He got inside his head. Honestly.
Look. I will say this, and these Neil deals are going to expose some of these little niggas, man. Because they get big contracts, and they're only going to be the 2-second celebrity that they probably worth only being anyway. So it's going to expose a couple of these athletes, man.
Since we're in college, another person that's had a come to Jesus moment, Deion's son is like, yeah, I'm not entering the NFL draft this year. I'm gonna, play another year at Colorado.
Which one?
Shorter.
Sure. Yeah. The quarterback.
Yeah, him. He's like, yeah, I'm gonna play another year, and I'm like, you better, because you should.
You should. Look, nigga, fuck that shit. I'll leave and go to another school. Bull nicks the shit out of this shit. Because I don't think your game is going to work in the NFL, bro.
Hey, B, I'm calling it right now. He's going to play for the Jets.
Who? Shador? He won't end up playing for a team he don't want to play for.
Or, well, CJ Stroud solidified he's a Texan quarterback now, so let's take that off the table.
No. I'm going to let you know what's going to happen. Jerry Jones going to try to get him.
Fuck out of here.
I think that's going to
It's already enough I got to listen to Skip Bayless says if Deion gets 2 national championships, he's going to be a future Dallas Cowboy coach. I'm like, yo, shut the fuck up,
Skip. Bad enough that can happen. That's bad enough there's a chance that can happen.
What's the money that Jerry got to throw at him for that to even happen? Because me and you both stood 10 toes down on Deion ain't joining the NFL. We stood on that.
I still don't think he will.
I still don't think he will either.
I will look. I don't think he will.
Even though money talks, to be fair.
Yeah.
Even though money does talk.
No. We're real money talks, man. So, like you said, like.
I don't believe it. But Shadura say he's doing another year. I'm not surprised, because why would you go into the NFL and you're playing probably your most weakest year of football in college right now? Now, it's not his fault per se, but like, it ain't exactly anything strong.
I think most college coaches, when they move to a different program, they're going to have a drop off, whether it's their own coaching style gets exposed, or whether like, look, I'm going to a school, the scholarships was only this much. The players that I got coming in, they're coming in not off of my name, they're coming in off the name of the school that was already here for me. So they're going off of old records and shit. Now, luckily, it's Deion Sanders, so that's a whole different other story. But still, if you were like a regular old college, like Chris, you coached at SMU for 5 years, had a very successful program there. Hey, we here at the University of Maryland want to take you. I bet you get up there. The alma mater don't fuck with you like that. Well, only half of the alma mater fuck with you like that. Because the other half just thinking like, we should have got blah, blah, blah. He used to be a defensive end here, and he'd be a better coach. So you already got that going against you. Then, like I said, the kids that are coming in off of them scholarships, they're coming off the scholarship. They're coming off of your name.
Yep.
I'm coming off the name of the University of Maryland. They're coming off of your name. And
Mhm.
even then, that comes into play. Like, do I want to play in Maryland? Do I want to do this? Do I want? So yeah, Dion got more of a heads up. And
Mhm.
I think that's where a lot of people are giving him shit for, because you had more resources, you had more time with certain things than other coaches would.
Mhm.
Only coaches like fucking Jimbo and fucking and fucking Nick Saban and I even, which I love how the Roosters have come to roost for fucking Dabo Sweeney, but still, Dabo only
Dabo
certain,
had that coming.
but like I said, Dabo had that shit coming. But still, certain coaches that got a pedigree behind them only get that lucky, young. Dion
Mhm.
only been coaching for 5 years, probably total, young. So
Yeah.
why the like? So you see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he got lucky in that sense, that I understand why people give him shit, but um, this was expected. I told you this was going to happen.
Yeah.
I told all y'all this was going to happen. This is not the strong team that you think it is. We're going to find out what it is. The Pac-12 is still the
Now,
Pac-12.
now
They're
we
going to
know.
get exposed eventually.
Now we know Dion is definitely going to beef up that defensive line and offensive line after this, and I'm pretty sure that that's to his benefit of the portal system, because there are some kids that like shit. I want to fucking play for Dion, so he has that going for him. So hopefully he gets some good people that can beef up, that can shore up that fucking line on both ends. And
And I'm pretty sure that some kids going to come through the portal too. Also, man, I want to play for Dion. That Dion's going to red shirt the shit out of, but he's ready for them motherfuckers to play. So
so, in sad news this weekend, Air Force finally took an L. They took it to Army.
how was that a sad moment for
Look,
you?
man, I was expecting Air Force to go undefeated this season.
They're a mid-major. I like them.
They lost to Army 23-3, which that shocked a lot of people because Army hasn't really been playing that strong this year. So
I will give Clemson this. They did beat a team I didn't like. Let me tell you something, man. You know how Dave Chappelle said, and I agree with him. You know how Dave Chappelle said, "Vote for Hillary Clinton's like voting for the dark side, not for the dark side." That's how it is in this case. Like, look here, Dabo. I'm gonna need you to do me a favor.
my hate for Notre Dame outweighs my hate for Clemson.
Oh,
So
yeah. For me, it's like, yo, Dabo, you racist motherfucker. I want you to go in there and dig him,
punch these niggas in the mouth. All right, Jesus.
dig him in the dick, man. Do it for me. Bullies of the week, y'all. Tennessee beat the living dog shit out of the Huskies 59-3.
I also need to point out,
Why does UConn have a football program? That's what you need to point out.
actually, don't let the score fool you. Penn State beat the dog shit out of Maryland this past weekend.
I'm gonna put it out this to a couple of people who are really hopping up and down for Penn State. Stop.
Easy.
Save that team. Because you know what I saying, despite how good they look, you know what I say. You know what? Hold on. You know what? I gotta.
No, I can bring up Penn State's the scores for they haven't played nobody.
They played enough, dog. They played enough.
Even when they played Iowa early this season, Iowa ain't shit. You got shut down by Ohio State.
Yeah. Like they do what they always do. Beat up on Indiana, beat them on Northwestern, beat them on Iowa, beat on Illinois.
Michigan about to beat the dog shit out of you. Might as well go ahead and chalk that L up because they're gonna do it. They're gonna do it.
Nigga, there's a nigga in the 18th row.
Thank you.
Download y'all niggas. Already download y'all niggas. Jim Harbaugh like bet. And then they're gonna do what they always do: beat up on Rutgers. Like,
they'll get the Chick-fil-A bowl. They'll get that.
Oh no, that's what had me rolling. Somebody in this comments is like, y'all like for the last 3 years, I had to see y'all Penn State guys hop into these comments talking about how dog shit we are and all the rest of that. I got like, do me a favor, don't fuck up losing the Tax Slayer Gator Bowl for the 4th year in a row.
You named the bowl proper, D. I congratulate you on that. Tax Slayer Gator Bowl.
I'm like, thank you. That's so to kill me, man. That kills me so much.
Maryland about to get the San Diego financial bowl. I'm already calling it.
the armed force. We already talked about the Armed Forces Bowl and the North the Northrop Grumman Lockheed Martin
Look. It's the money laundering bowl at this
money
stage.
laundering bowl. I mean, all of these bowls are money laundering in their way anyway. But I'm just saying,
But it's really like you want to know where your taxpayer for the military goes through them bowl games.
but I will tell you this, huh? I really do, I really do have all the out of all the teams though they didn't been beaten up on. Watch these niggas fuck up their rank. Watch these niggas fuck up and lose the
Oh yeah,
motherfucking
yeah.
Michigan State at the end of the year.
No, they're gonna lose to Rutgers. They're
Watch
gonna
they
lose to
come out that
Rutgers.
game mad as a motherfucker. They're gonna be leading that shit at halftime. They're gonna do something stupid and lose their joint by a field goal or some shit.
So
I should put money on them losing to these niggas at the end of the year.
mark it on the calendars and Working Title Sports Show will
Boy,
definitely.
if they lose to them niggas, yeah, I would die laughing, bro.
Oh, this works. So that Monday in December, the first week of December, the 4th, 3BG will do what we always do annually. We'll be breaking down the bowl games because that's when we'll finally get the matchups for the bowl games.
Yes, we will.
As we always do.
The magical time of the year.
Where we see what bowl got changed and what got swapped. Because the fact that the tax layer is the Gator Bowl now, I'm like, bro.
I think that's been the Gator Bowl for a minute. I could be wrong.
I remember when it was by itself. It used to be the tax layer bowl and the Gator Bowl was separate.
Hold on. See, now you got me fucked up because I'm over here trying to get the score about this other game. Hold on. Is it still hold on. Tax Slayer Bowl. It's been the Tax Slayer Bowl. It's the Gator Bowl. I was right.
Wow.
Hold on. I gotta go to Wikipedia for this because you're not gonna get nothing. You gotta get the name right. It's been the TaxSlayer.com Gator Bowl since 2012. Before that, it was Progressive Insurance. Before that, it was the Koniki Milatola. What?
Wow.
I remember this as a kid. It used to be the Toyota Gator Bowl. Mm-hmm. I remember that as a kid. It was there from 95 to 97. But it was the Outback Steakhouse Bowl from 92 to 94. The Outback Bowl still exists, but it's a different name. But in 1986, its first sponsor, it was in 1986. It was Mazda. It was the Mazda Gator Bowl. So this is the funny thing. The sponsorship is weird, bro.
Did Outback just say these blooming onion sales ain't hitting, so we ain't doing this shit anymore? Is that what that was?
No, hold on now. Outback. Now let me type that in real quick. Outback Bowl. Bowl. They still exist, right?
Unless the
Outback. No, I don't. When did they change the name? They changed the name last year. It was the Outback Steakhouse Bowl. The Outback Steakhouse Bowl from 1996 to 2022. It is now the Relenquest Bowl.
Who the fuck is ReliaQuest?
ReliaQuest.
Oh, Outback Steakhouse decided to discontinue its association with the game in a cost-cutting measure. I knew it because it's money. It obviously is money.
But Chris, think about it. They had their name on there for over 20 years, bro.
It didn't bump up sales, so
it ain't like it did anything. Outback Steakhouse.
Now a cybersecurity company is
cybersecurity company.
Well, there's big money in cybersecurity, so that makes sense.
History. When did y'all start it? 2007. Chris, they're scheming.
It's like
I don't trust any tech company that was made after 2005. Actually, I don't trust no tech company that was made after 9/11. Just to be honest with you, they all either paid or there's or they're gonna get found out 15 years after they open up.
Some disgruntled college kids like I got paid in crypto. That's some bullshit.
Man, look, Enron fucked up my whole viewpoint when it comes to any corporation that has money, man. Blame Enron, all right, nigga. Shit, man.
Enron made waves, but but yeah, Maryland, they have been on a 4-game slide. They're 5-4 right now, and it's just same with Colorado. It's like Colorado and Maryland in that same boat. Colorado, they're on the edge where they got to win at least 1 or 2 games in order to be bowl eligible.
I don't think they're going to be bowl eligible. Period, man. 4 and 5. All right, look. They have 3 more games. Arizona, who is currently ranked 23, is probably gonna rock their shit.
Mm-hmm.
Washington State ain't nobody to play with, so good luck in that
Tough
game. And they
game.
got Utah. Chris, there's a chance that they ain't gonna win a game for the rest of the season.
The
That's a
optimistic part of
chance
me
they're not gonna
says
win.
they'll win 2 out of 3, but then it'll probably end up being 1 out of 3 they'll win. Which, in the grand scheme, you won 5 games this season. That's still 4 more games than you won last season. So,
Well, like I said, their only chance of winning right now is with Washington State. Washington State got
yeah,
the same exact fucking record that they do, man. So there's your window. I
yeah.
don't know what they're gonna do. And a lot of the hype died on them, rightfully so. I think, like I said, I said this a couple weeks ago. I'm not going to jump on their graves. It was just something I saw coming. And I think a lot of people who really were expecting this, you think is us clicking our heels. Like, no, they're a young team. What the fuck did
Mhm.
you think was going to happen? They like Dion just got there. To do a turnaround like that will be miraculous, man. And that wasn't going to happen. Anyway,
Uh, big game this weekend though. North Carolina Central and Howard. The fight for who's going to be on top of the MEAC
yeah, who's going to be on top?
of the MEAC. Just had to throw that out there because that is a big deal around here. North Carolina Central and Howard. They're playing at
Yeah.
Howard, so that this is going to be probably packed house.
Just real quick, I wanted to circle back real quick. Just only one real quick thing. 3 more games, as you know, for Maryland as well. Here's the thing. Currently, them and Nebraska got the same fucking record. So I
Mm-hmm.
think both of them, they won't have any type of bowl contention. They're gonna have to win this game.
Mm-hmm.
Now you got then we're gonna have to see Michigan. Michigan, we're not winning that one. So let's just don't.
Rutgers will probably win.
Now Rutgers is going to be harder because Rutgers for the last 2 seasons has actually fucked around and built their fucking program up just a
Oh,
smidge.
they've been playing hard this season. Barring the
Yeah.
Ohio State game where
They're-
Ohio State rocked them, they've been playing hard against like damn near everybody.
They're 6-3. They're a little bit better than we were last year. I still think they're always been that mid team that's beatable. But much like Maryland, these last few years in the Big Ten, they kind of hardened them up a little bit. So while both these teams are not going to like personally wow you or blow anybody off the field, they can fuck around. And you're like, hey, we got to put this team in a bowl game. You know what I mean? So.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it should be. It should definitely be very, very good this year. Hold up. I had one of the scores up because this one I actually watched this game. Watched a couple of them actually. What was it? Not that one. Washington USC I watched, which that went the way it went because I don't think anybody saw Washington beating USC. I think because it's USC, everybody won. Like seeing Caleb.
Oh yeah. So that's what it was. I was trying to remember, like they didn't score shit in the fourth quarter, and they didn't score shit in the fourth quarter.
And that's where it was at. It was just Caleb couldn't get shit going in the fourth quarter. Like it just was not working.
Man, he didn't throw a pick, man. He threw 312, 3 touchdowns. He did. Jones.
USC's defense was just working them.
But then you had motherfucking who's this Johnson? Dylan Johnson. Yeah, Dylan Johnson.
Mm-hmm.
For Washington, ran for 256 yards and 4 touchdowns, bro. Amazing game. It sucks for USC because not only they lost their ranking, man, but you know what I'm saying.
Caleb on the sidelines crying and his mom consoling him. I'm like, fuck.
But look, after that close loss with Utah, bro, it's been tight with them niggas, man. And so you lose that, you lose, man. They got anyway. Look, next game is against Oregon. And that's going to be a big one because Oregon is still ranked 6.
They come to play.
It's fucking November. So, oh God, that actually might be something. And of course, the last game is going to be against UCLA, what's UCLA's record this year? What are they? They are 6-3. Huh. I haven't seen UCLA play this year.
I will say this though, upset. Oklahoma State beating Oklahoma. That was a close one. That was close. I saw the replay for that one. That was like, oh shit, like this happened.
And of course, perfect lockdown game. Nothing they could do. They was losing for the beginning. The Tigers got their shit rocked by the Crimson Tide, man. They wouldn't LSU could do, man.
Arizona upset UCLA too.
It was over at halftime, bro. So
Arizona upset UCLA. Whew, yeah, that was one. There, Tulane sweep by East Carolina, but it's Tulane. So, but like I said, Army upsetting Air Force. So hey, it is what it is on that one.
Next week, there's a couple of big ones next week. Of course, LSU and Florida. That's going to be a big one. Texas, TCU, big one. Mississippi and Georgia is going to be a huge game. Number 1 versus number 10. That's going to be a huge game. Another game that Florida State better not fall asleep. They're gonna play their rival Miami. Miami should beat Miami, but don't fall asleep. And Washington versus Utah, big game again.
Ole Miss, Georgia.
And like you said, Penn State and Michigan. So yeah, man.
Yeah, it's definitely good. Switching gears, NFL. Losses. Sometimes you get losses, and it's one of those losses where I'm not angry at it. It's just like, fuck, I know what this team is. And D called it. Eagles and Dallas were definitely going to split this year.
Yeah.
I'm
not mad because of that. I'm not mad because I predicted the split. What I'm mad is
Dallas showed that the Eagles are not as strong as people say it is. Don't get it twisted. Their defense clamped down when they need to. But I'm looking at the game. I'm like, Eagles. Number one, there was no reason Dak should have been able to run to the end zone, barring his foot hitting out of bounds to go in for that.
There should have been no reason. A lot of that shit went down in that game. And what really kind of angered me was this is what it is. And I know a lot of Cowboy fans are saying, I know a lot of people denied it. I'm admitting the faults that Dallas did. I think some of the penalties that Dallas did was straight up just
half was stupid, and half was
bad play. But there was some that. What were the refs looking at?
Oh, there was somebody pointed out like
a pure ref ball game. It was
somebody pointed out if
looking at
it was one pass interference on Dallas that somebody was like, if you're throwing the flag for that, why didn't you throw it when CD got fucking locked up by old boy on the last drive that Dallas had? Why didn't you throw the flag for that? But you threw the flag for this one and dude barely touched him.
I seen Micah get turned around at least 3 times in this game. And I ain't see not near your flag.
Chris Collinsworth literally was like, hands to the face.
No, that was fucking Greg Olsen.
Yeah, Greg Olsen was like,
because Greg Olsen was like, I don't know about that. That was clearly hands to the face. I guess they're not calling it. And that's all you can say.
Letting them play. I guess they're letting them play.
That's all you can say is like, I guess we're moving on. Okay.
All right, cool.
Like that's my problem. Like there was nothing that like, and I know a lot of people want to say certain things. I will give this: the offense did its job, and this is one of the better offensive games. Of course, it did. Of course, it was still the same problem. Dallas really has a problem with the freaking red zone. That's clearly because they ain't got a run game like that.
Dak running scared the shit out of the Eagles. I ain't gonna lie, because Eagles fans, they were holding their breath when he got fucking flipped over like that. They were like, oh, fuck, he about to run in the end zone. And when he got flipped over, they were like, whew.
And like I said, I can accept great defense because the Eagles played great defense.
Yeah, when it counted, definitely when it counted.
Some of them, whatever. I'm shocked at how the Eagles got stopped. Because here's the thing: if the Cowboys,
I'm not gonna say I was shocked. I was like, I expected that.
If the Cowboys didn't, let's just give it. The reason why I'm talking like this, Chris, because I'm really trying to take the fan out of me and not blame the refs. I'm not. I hate blaming refs. It's one of those things I don't like doing unless I clearly see some shit that don't make no fucking sense. And I've seen a lot of it.
There was a ref.
But let me take all of that out, right? Yeah. What I'm still saying is, wait a minute. You let Dallas march that shit right up the field. The team with a red zone problem. You let them do that to you. And that is if you're a Philly fan, that should be a concern. The way Dak showed zero fear moving that thing up the field twice on them
Oh,
like
D.
that.
Let's
Whew.
add it. Let's add an added bonus. Apparently, Mike McCarthy found balls going on 4th downs 3 times in a fucking row. I'm like,
And nailing
balls.
it.
And now 3 for 3. I'm like, holy shit. Like,
Now,
okay.
here's the thing. I know the old conspiracy. You probably heard this from older Cowboys fans that Jerry Jones pissed off the NFL years ago. And yeah, he did.
He did. I mean, when has he
And
not pissed off the NFL?
what ticks me off is that, and it's the reason why I don't believe in a lot of conspiracy theories that in the NFL. I don't believe in that one, but it does make me look at the NFL like, why do y'all always do that to Dallas? Why is it always these and not always? And because every fan is gonna say, "Why my team?"
Yeah.
Like if I'm a Lions fan, well, we gotta lose like that. If I'm a Redskin fan, I don't know who they blame. No more. I don't know who they blame.
They blame the players.
They blame everybody over there. But you see what I'm saying? I don't like to be that person. Like when I look at that, it's like, yo, Jerry, how bad did you piss off How bad did you piss off Tagley Boo back in the day for when Goodell got in that bitch? All right, I'm shutting all this shit down. You know what I'm saying?
Look, it's just
What
like
did you do back then to piss off the old guard so bad that they got their new boy to come in there and fuck up everything?
Those are the same fans that will literally be like, Jerry, just apologize to Jimmy Johnson so this curse can be lifted. Please.
That's what I'm saying. They don't you see what I'm saying? The Jerry Jones fans and the conspiracy theory that everybody hates Dallas, they're friends with each other. They're friends with each
handshake
other.
just
They handshake all the time, bro. And that's why I don't bring up shit like that. I just don't, because I know my team and I know our fucking culture. But the culture of Dallas, but what don't match with the culture of Dallas is how we not won championships. And the one thing that always comes up when that is, do the refs just fuck y'all? And it's like, nah, it's all in your head. Do you know how empty a victory it felt for us to hear the NFL go, Dez caught that shit?
Oh, yeah. After the
Do
fact.
you know how empty that is? I know what y'all saying. You want to let y'all going to the Super Bowl. You know what that would have done for us? Even if we didn't win the next game, do you know what it would have done to the culture of the Dallas Cowboys if we just went on to the next round?
Oh, it would have been huge. Those things matter.
And every time there's like this little flashpoint moment that the Cowboys is gonna have, y'all shot yourself in the foot. Nah, nigga, I know when we shoot ourselves in the foot, that wasn't us.
That's what I'm saying. But that's how I felt after the game. It was like, this isn't one of those games like the 49ers games where I shut it off like, this is some fucking bullshit.
Oh yeah, it ain't like
what the fuck is this shit?
Like,
this was just like, I was like, Eagles, you're letting them back in the game? What? Because remember when Dallas drove it down, they didn't get it right, and the Eagles got it, and it was like a minute and something left. I stepped away for a minute because I was like, well, Eagles gonna probably fucking run the ball and run time down. I got back and I was like, how the fuck did Dallas get what? Huh? What?
Dallas had like their defense shut it down very impressively those last 3 drives against the Eagles. Despite that, well, I would say despite them scoring that last one, that last score they did, the refs kind of helped that one too. But Dallas did a good job. I mean, they didn't back down when it was good defense despite getting scored on type shit. But it was just bullshit.
But at the same time, it's like you saw so much good stuff. And I was like,
that shit, but woo! I got fucked.
Because my thing was this: I was looking at this game, like, hey, Mike, keep your balls up on that one. Keep going for 4th downs. I need that energy. Just go for it.
I think I will say this, man. We made the bad choice by putting our faith in Tony Pollard without getting him somebody to help him. I'm saying that right now.
It's also,
we are going to burn that. He going to be burnt out by the time his contract come up, man.
But my thing is this too. Again, I said it last week, use Pollard to his strength. He is good when he runs outside. He's not a power person on the inside. You're not going to be able to unless he has a hole that he can run through and just jet out of it, you got to shoot him on the outside because nobody's touching him on that.
I think what really also I noticed in this game was that Dak still hasn't gotten it down with Cooks the way he wanted to. And the shit that happens with Gallup is one of those situations where it's clear, and let's make it very clear, he's not a number 2. Gallup
Lord
is not
knows
a
we
number
want him
2.
to be the number 2,
And
but
I see that he wants to make Tolbert the number 2. He ain't ready yet.
yeah.
Tolbert ain't ready yet. And I'm not talking because that junk went over his head and he had a chance to get it.
Yeah.
I'm not going that far, y'all. I'm talking about what I see on the fucking play. There was a reason why we was trying to get Judy before the trade deadline went in. If Dallas went out and got Judy, that would have been a great backup for a great compliment for CD Lamb. Because let me tell you something about CD. Last 2 games for me, he's an 88.
Him and Dak are like,
he's a pure Dallas 88. And you need to, it's like, yeah. So we need something to complement that.
Him and Dak are on the same page. Thank God.
And what I hate with Gallup is either A, he'll actually catch that shit, but you're only going to get 2 a game like that, or the other one that we all see, it hits him dead in the hand, hits him dead in the numbers, bloop. I can forgive Dak overthrowing him because he thought you can catch up to it. Yeah. I can forgive an underthrow from him because sometimes, Gallup is one of those cut and he's gone. So if he gets underthrown, I kind of understand that shit. But there's no time in between these 2 dudes, man. Nah. So,
but Dallas got
Ferguson are working out good, ain't it?
Oh yeah, finally Ferguson. See vintage Witten out of him at times. Cause I was like, oh, Dak found out Ferguson is a tie-in now, so now he has a safety net a little bit. Now I ain't say safety net yet, but
that's another thing. Ferguson has really, really wanted to step in to have that role. When the second he figured out, like, oh fuck, I gotta fit that mold in this fucking team. You have no choice. It's so funny how important fucking tight ends to certain offenses. It's very important to have certain tight ends to be a certain valve for that shit. With Dallas, it feels like it's just a fucking cultural thing with us, where it's like, oh, you got to be a fucking tight end that can catch like a wide receiver and run over everything in your path.
Yeah,
like we want close to a Gronk. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because we just had a Hall of Famer leave us, man. So we're looking for somebody to be close to that level. And like I said, I think it's just the culture that Dallas made out of itself when it comes to the tight end position. You know what I mean?
I think it's also the aspect of them realizing, and Jerry is never going to cop to and admit it, getting rid of Amari Cooper was probably a dumb choice, even if it was for money reasons.
You know what? I agree.
I get it because you thought Amari was injury prone. I get that because he was like on and off injured. I get that. But at the same time, I was like, you probably should at least gave Amari another year before you made that choice to pull the trigger.
And who did we get for that?
Some picks. Which, I mean, in the grand scheme, it balanced out because we did use some of those picks to get a couple of wide receivers.
You see the defense we got. Half these niggas we done fucking drafted over the years.
Yeah. So, we just got Martavius Bryant, coming from out of XFL. So
we're like what happened with Dallas? Like hopefully. I said, what happened with Dallas was just the example that we've been saying with going on with the Eagles all season. They've been scooting. They have been ducking the hammer of dawn for the last 5 weeks, if you ask me.
Also, Martavius, stay off the weed. That's all we ask.
No, he's not.
He got in trouble. That's why he got suspended from the NFL because of weed. I'm like, Martavius, you're back. You're with Dallas. Stay off of it, please.
No, he's not.
Speaking of which, I'm glad I used them on my fantasy. The Browns shut down Arizona. Arizona couldn't do shit.
Arizona gave up the only good thing they had, which was Josh Dobbs.
Yeah, who has been a godsend for the Vikings, for sure.
That Vikings game, man, was a little bit better than it needed to be, but it also showed me that the Falcons Stop putting faith in them, man. They're not this team that's
Taylor
going to
Heineke is a good thing for
show
them,
up.
to be sure.
It also proves to me that they should have had Taylor in there since the beginning.
From day one. From day fucking one. Like, when he came in that game that they lost, you notice he drove them motherfuckers downfield for 2 touchdowns. I was like, well, Taylor is your guy.
Fuck. He had every right to leave Washington, but the Redskins should really try their best to get him back.
One more season. Just see what happens. All right, fine.
You want to know the most pathetic thing I saw this weekend?
What?
Do you want to know the most pathetic thing I've seen come out this
Patriots?
Eric, Chris, it was a scene off of Goodwill Hunting where,
if I see you,
hey, what? And it was a W for the Commanders. How do you like them apples? Hey, Commanders, shut up.
You just lost 2 of your best defensive guys.
Shut up.
An interception is the reason why you won. I'll give it to your defense.
Shut up.
But again, like you said, shut up.
You poverty franchise. Shut up.
Wow, dude, that's mean. That is mean.
No,
poverty
franchise. I live here, nigga.
We both live here. I'm not gonna call them poverty.
Call the Redskins what they are.
Poverty.
You poverty-eating motherfucker.
I was gonna call them lower middle class franchise.
Eating ass niggas. I know y'all not up in here trying to dance on the grave that is the Patriots. Stop it.
At least we know the X factor for the Patriots was clearly Belichick is not the super smart coach that he was, that we thought he was. So
I'm gonna tell you this. Steelers, you have to lose games if you want to get rid of people.
You can't win games.
I need the Steeler fans to stop rooting for their team. Not because y'all annoying or anything like that. Not because your optimism is fucking hilarious to me. I need you to stop cheering because you're going to keep Matt Canada there, and Kenny Pickett, who is first, second, and third quarter 76, is only at 87 in the fourth quarter. He's going to continue being like that until y'all get rid of Matt Canada. So one of these games, Steelers, stop.
Oh, D,
Stop.
Can't pick his QBR.
Y'all, you know how the Steelers don't fire nobody.
Hey, Kenny Pickett's QBR was rolling 40s, D. It's great.
Kenny Pickett, I don't understand. Kenny Pickett.
NASCAR's own Kenny Pickett.
Kenny Pickett runs like a fucking busted 93 Chevy Geo Metro for quarter number 1, 2, and 3. Fourth quarter show up. This nigga turns into Joe Montana Seaman and start cooking niggas.
He's doing it for Mike.
I will never understand where. And that's the reason why I told y'all I like Kenny Pickett, because he's a real good quarterback in there. But Tomlin can't get it out of him. You know why? Because his offensive coordinator is fucking retarded. I said it. I used hard on that one. Because he is. Have you seen the Steelers' freaking offense? It's terrible.
So, we're talking about the Steelers. Hey, guys, we're talking about how the Dolphins can't fucking beat teams over 500. We'll talk about that. 3 in a row, 0 for 3 against over 500 teams.
Do you know that these motherfuckers? Do you know that they are still ranked to be one of the teams to fight for the Super Bowl? Let me tell you,
get the fuck out of my face, bro. You played a weak ass Mahomes that was on his bro. What the fuck?
Here's my problem, Chris. Here's my problem. That ain't all the way not true. Have you seen this season? NFC and AFC. It's some terrible football going on, man. They can probably make it that far.
Hey, look. This is why you will never knock my optimism on Dallas this season, because all the teams that everybody is swearing, like the 49ers are playing like shit. And this is why, again, I'm burying the lead here. Upset pick of the week. The fucking Saxonville is back, baby. They're going to shut down the 49ers. They're shutting that shit down.
Y'all niggas is rooting for the Rams. The Rams out here don't know who they are anymore.
The Eagles are coasting, as we said.
Baltimore always have these hiccups where they start realizing, oh my God, we live in Baltimore. They start getting depressed and they start throwing interceptions.
Well, not this time, because they found out who they were, because the Seahawks came into town and the Ravens was like, bitch, no, that ain't happening.
Yeah. I'm gonna say it too. They poverty right now too.
Who, the Ravens?
Oh, look, somebody told that to me that well, Dallas is a bit poverty. Here's the thing. Here's the difference is fuck you. So
we're working class poverty.
We're working class poverty, all right? Well, all right, let's give that to Baltimore. They're working class.
They're working class poverty, all right.
Dysfunctional ass team. I don't like yo. Texans Buccaneers had no business being as good. CJ Stroud actually is really trying to
look. We're gonna have to look at Lovie Smith in a different light now, because that motherfucker's a genius.
Yeah.
CJ Stroud was like, this is my team now. And I'm like, hey, CJ, where the fuck was this during the season? Now all of a sudden doing it. And I know it's the Bucks, but come on, dog.
Hey, CJ Stroud for 470 yards. 470 yards.
Yeah, CJ Stroud in fantasy, you were eating that. You were eating.
Hey, CJ, that ain't happening ever again. That shit is not happening again.
He got himself a big contract, though.
But I need you to put something out, Aris. I mean, not Aris, Chris. I need to put it out there. 21-30, no picks.
He also put out Dalton Schultz got 130 yards. The last time that dude sniffed 130 yards, it was last season with Dallas in a game that Dak was throwing at him. I forgot which game it was, but Dalton had over 100-something yards. I forgot which. Oh, no, it was against Washington. That Dalton Schultz had over 100.
Actually, both former Cowboys out there. Noah Brown ate 150.
Nigga.
I forgot Noah's over there, man. Good for him, man.
Good for him. Hey,
good for him.
Both of them. You'd love to see it. You'll love to see it.
I'll tell you this much right now, man. The Colts are poverty as hell too, because they think. But here's the difference: they're the blind type of poverty. They're the poverty that look at other people in poverty and go, "Pull yourself up by your bootstraps, man."
You know who that is? Gardner Minshew with the Blue Lives Matter mustache telling you that shit.
We sitting on their favorite line, Chris. Hey, we sitting there feeling sorry for yourself.
Fucking Gardner Minshew with the Uncle Rico look.
I love how motherfuckers who make $10,000 more than you got the goddamn gall to tell you shit like that.
Oh, you mean the people that finally hit six figures, even though after tax you're only putting up 70,000? That be telling you too can make six figures. I'm like, bitch, you take home 70,000 at a tax. You ain't exactly balling, dog. Like, what are we talking about here?
I told y'all that I wasn't rooting for. I told y'all that Bryce Young was not that man. I told you that, but because here's the thing, Chris, you keep on bringing Rico and all the rest of that.
Yeah,
I want to really point it out there that this nigga is probably the worst backup right now in the NFL. Dude. Gardner Minshew went out there 17 to 26. 127 yards.
That's just enough to get something going.
That's not enough to do anything, man. Those are Carson Wentz numbers, young.
Hold on, which year Carson Wentz, sir?
I don't know. I'm just saying. I just wanted to say Carson.
It ain't rookie year Carson Wentz. He was actually pretty good his rookie year
because he got signed to the Rams. So yes, the irony. The number one quarterbacks are together again.
It's last year with the Eagles Carson Wentz numbers.
Yeah. Bryce Young, a strong 24 and 39, 173 yards, a touchdown, and 3 picks.
So he's ranked 61 in Madden, essentially.
Oh, the Panthers.
Hey, they got the win last week. They couldn't get the dub going again.
Well, Chargers right now. I know the I know how the Diamond Dogs are right now.
And look, when you beat up on the Jets, which I felt bad for the Jets because I was rooting for them to beat the Chargers, to be honest.
They didn't
And
have a fucking chance in this game, apparently.
they didn't. Dude, I watched the game. The Jets couldn't get shit going. They could not get nothing going.
And
All that they were on this high, and then the Chargers came in and just punched them in the mouth and said, "You know who the fuck you are."
all right, so Jets Nation. I saw the pictures. I see y'all all getting giddy. Hey y'all, Aaron Rodgers is walking.
Yeah. Let
Ooh.
that nigga try to run out of pocket and see if he holds up. All right, then.
White people are crazy. Y'all hear me?
I said it when people saw him throwing on the ground without walking. I'm like, yeah, let's see him actually do a jog back as he's throwing the ball and see what happens. He is
But
not.
here's the thing that's amazing, y'all. Justin Herbert, 136 yards. This is by far one of the worst NFL seasons we have ever seen. And I think we're being all too quiet about it. From the ref ball to these low outputs to these terrible football games that keep going.
It's to the scripty ratings.
Rip my ass. This shit sucks, nigga.
It's the script, man. Look, let's be honest with you. Let's run down the stories this year, right? You got the Jets who have this Cinderella aspect to them that everybody's throwing at them because, the Aaron Rodgers is out and everybody's putting their faith in good old Zach Wilson, and stuff. And obviously their coach is he Palestinian? I think he's Palestinian. I think he is. So there's some people, white people, that are trying to, run the narrative. Oh, he's Palestinian. We need to do that. Whatever, right? Then you got the story of the 49ers and how they're Super Bowl bound and they're getting all these pieces, and then they just lost 3 in a row going in there. So Brock Purdy, he's the heir apparent. Dallas is Dallas, obviously. The Commanders coming off this Snyder. There's a thing of, it's a new day in Dallas, new day with Washington. Ooh.
And then you got Joe Burrow, who's Joe Burring it up again. It was a slow start, but we moved faster.
Then we got light-skinned pretty boy Jalen Hurts. Everybody's all in love with Jalen Hurts. I get it.
Yeah, the tush push. Yeah.
Which we know the fact that you could defeat. You know how you defeat the tush push? Stay on pad level. There are people that have been saying that, like, if you stay at pad level instead of trying to go under, you actually will stop it.
I think really the problem that everybody has is that when they break that out, to the Eagles' credit, when they break that out, usually it's on a tired defense.
Yeah.
It's on a defense that's just really, really, really trying to get off the field. And yeah, by the time you do that, of course, it's one of the most overrated fucking moves in a game, man.
Greg Olsen said that's what made it makes it good for them in games, because if it's 3rd and 2 and say they don't get it, they can use that tush push to get those 2 yards in some way, shape, or form. So it's a benefit, but it's also a curse too, because we saw Jalen fumble during a tush push, and there you go.
I think the curse about it, the curse hasn't showed up yet. I don't know what the dysfunctional thing is going to be outside of doing it.
Injury.
People can start gathering it perfectly, because right now, as it stands, nobody can stop it. But the idea is not to get yourself in that situation where you have to let them do that shit. Yeah. You know what I mean?
Put them in 3rd and long situations, basically.
Something like that. You know what I'm saying? There's ways of, I'm pretty sure they're trying to cook up ways to slow it down, or even make it go against itself. So
also something that people aren't talking about. Jalen Hurts might have a knee injury if it keeps up.
He's been getting banged up these last few.
Because Dallas game, he got banged up in the knee, and everybody was holding their breath, like, oh shit, he's limping offline. Like, I'm like, oh shit, like, so might want to make sure that knee is good, because last thing you need is fuck, and then there. But so did the Giants just give up now? Because the newly revived Antonio Pierce led Raiders beat up on them pretty bad.
Man, I feel like Antonio Pierce wanted to send a message to his whole team, but I can't really be sure. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, who pissed you off in the front office in 2008?
Because it's like, yo, the Giants couldn't get shit going.
But the Giants are the Giants number one, so you know.
Well, and also the unfortunately Tommy DeVito gonna have to face that Dallas defense this coming Sunday. Oh God. Oh God, man. God. So I guess we're saying that Giants and Panthers are pretty much tank bowling it up at this stage if this keeps
I
going.
think the Panthers should be tank bowling it up. They should be, but I don't know, man. I don't. I have this feeling that they're going to try to
500 it up.
No, they look. They need to tell Bryce to sit down a couple of these games because they're just
A
wasting.
couple.
Yeah, a couple few games.
Yeah. Oh yeah. Side note. Dallas got, as I said, Martavius Bryant, and they also got Jason Pierre-Paul. Yeah. Yeah. I know. I knew you.
Look, he did it to himself. First off,
That was funny then. It was like, so let me get this right. You blew your finger off from fireworks. You know, the one thing that you expect
and I laughed hard as a
to do.
motherfucker when this nigga showed up to the game with a whole ass club hand.
No, didn't he come into the game with one of his gloves, the fingers they cut off or some shit, where they taped?
Something like that. I don't remember, man. Like they did make fun of that for a little bit or something like that.
We all joked. The Twitter jokes were going through the roof. We were all in tears. Like, bro, you did something that we expect like 6-year-olds and 8-year-olds to do.
That's some shit that you'll hear in Madden. Remember when Madden was doing shit where it was trying to say like your player played basketball out
and broke his knee or something.
Broke his leg or some shit. Yeah, that's what that was right there.
NFL 2K5 did that. Like when you played it, and it was like, yeah, your player, sprained his ankle playing paintball or some dumb shit. And you're like, all right, I guess I'm out. I'm out Tony Romo a game. Fuck.
That was a bad game. Why would he be doing that?
Yeah, so it is what it is and stuff. But yeah, Antonio Pierce, like you said, I guess Raiders Nation got infused on that. Like, yeah, we're doing something. I'm like, easy guys. Let's see how it pans out for you guys before we start celebrating and stuff. So but yeah, this week we got a tank bowl for Thursday night, man. Panthers Bears.
Yeah, Panthers and the Bears. That's going to be a big time, not a big time tank bowl.
Oh,
I already know that the Panthers are going to lose that one. So there's no.
Oh, I'm going Bears on that one.
What, Chris? You going for the Bears?
I'm going for the Bears.
I join you on that. I join you on no. Since this is a tank bowl, we gotta vote on who's going to tank it.
Panthers going to tank it, so it's going to go to the Bears for the win on that one for sure.
Yeah, let's just go for the Bears. I ain't going to make it too. I ain't going. This ain't a true tank bowl where it's like, no, we're gonna lose.
No, I'm gonna lose. No, you're gonna lose. I'll tell you a couple of trap games. As I said before, 49ers Jaguars. Now, again, you would say the 49ers, but I'm being spiteful on this one. But also, Jacksonville. Let's see what you can do. Because look,
another game like that too, and it's a game that I want us to pick. Detroit versus San Diego.
I'm going Diamond Dogs on that one.
I'm actually going to go Detroit.
Okay.
But see, that's what I'm saying. I don't blame you for picking them. That's one of those games where it's like put up or shut up. What type of team are we stopping niggas? Or is Detroit the magical team that we think they is? That's a trap game though for Detroit.
Sunday night game is a turning point game for both of these teams because if you win, this turns your fortunes around for getting a playoff position. If you lose, you're kind of fucked. Jets and Raiders. One of these teams need to win to turn their fortunes around. And if the other team, this is more important for the Jets than the Raiders to me.
Yes, it is. I think the Raiders are going to actually win that game. That's the reason why I didn't pick it. I think the Jets are kind of cooked for the rest of the season.
Think so?
I think they're going to put it. They
might put up a fight.
I think they're going to try to put up a fight in this game, but if they lose this one, I think the team as a whole is going to be like, all right, let's wrap it up. Let's try to get a good pick at it. You know what I mean? I ain't going to say we want to tank, but let's if we can lose a couple games.
Second trap game. my second upset pick. Broncos and Bills. I'm going Broncos.
I hear you on that.
I don't trust the Bills. I'm sorry. I don't. After last week, I don't trust them.
I think it's a big game for the Bills because they got to win it before they go into a free fall. They fuck
Yeah,
around.
because you can't depend on the Dolphins to be in a free fall because Dolphins, y'all one game behind the Dolphins at this point, and you need this game to stay on pace with the Dolphins.
Exactly. The game I do have us picking, Tennessee versus Tampa Bay. Boy, you want to talk about mid-work.
Well, D, you know who I'm picking. Let's go, Baker. Let's go, Baker. Let's go.
I'll you on that motherfucker. I'll take the Tennessee Titans and all of their not having glory. You know what? No, I'm going with Tampa Bay on that one. Nah, I'm going with Tampa Bay.
Now,
how stupid that would be.
This is going to be a very defensive-minded game. Browns-Ravens.
Yes, now, it is. Yeah, for that one. I got the Browns winning that one.
I was going to say the Browns, too, because the Ravens have been so up and down that I don't trust the Ravens to, I'm going Browns on that one.
But here's the funny thing. I see the Browns who still ain't really got a solid offense.
Deshaun Watson still isn't, solidified to me. He still isn't.
Man, and the fact that they even haven't been playing with P.J. Walker and the other nigga that one game, they already showing me that nah. But I got them winning this one. But here's a game that's a trap game for for anybody's thought process. Get ready to blue screen yourself. Who wins? The Packers or the Steelers?
Steelers.
Wow. Cold day in hell. You're actually picking the Steelers for once, nigga. Really?
Hey, you done
with the Pack. You done with the Pack?
I've been done with the Pack. What are you talking about?
Do.
Gotta go with black excellence. I gotta see my man get that over 500 record.
Gotta go with black excellence. But as y'all see, people, this nigga's only lost 3 goddamn games. What the fuck is you laughing about?
My fortunes have turned around on Yahoo Pick'em because of this. Because of this.
4-10. What is this? What is this, dude? I don't know, dude. What is this, nigga?
Those are Tank Bowl numbers.
These are Tank Bowl. We gotta pump this shit up. This is bear country, nigga.
Who you got, Vikings or Saints?
This is 72 Raiders country up here, nigga.
Who do you got, Vikings or Saints? You got Black Powder or David Carr?
I think Black Powder is going to lose this game. I should have put that on our list, but that's a tricky one. It's a tricky one because I got a feeling that we were both going to go for Black Powder and they get their shit stomped by the Saints.
Go on Black Excellence though. Texans over Bengals.
You're stupid. We're stupid for that.
Hey, I'm feeding off the hype of CJ Stroud's last game. It just is what it is.
His magical one.
Sometimes.
Does that sound like something you want?
Yes.
Well, let me tell you, you'll never get it.
500 yards. Nearly 500 yards again. No. What, he's Peyton Manning now, nigga?
I say he Peyton Manning.
What, Noah Brown going to fuck around and turn into Jerry Rice again? Is that what you're trying to tell me?
CJ Stroud is going to be a solid Jason Campbell in my eyes.
That's mean.
How's that mean? Jason Campbell was a solid, reliable quarterback when he wasn't injured.
You doomed that child, boy.
How did I doom that child? I was rooting for Jason Campbell in Washington, and the Washington Knights were like, fuck you, he's trash. I'm like, what?
I will never forget about hearing the most homophobic jailhouse phone call ever in regards to Jason Campbell on these DC Airways.
God.
He gets sacked because he's a bitch. That's
Bro,
what
he
do.
was
take it.
that
they take
man.
it like that.
He
And
was
that's what he do. He love taking on the ground by other men. I remember they cut this nigga off before
I was called everything but a child of God.
I think he did get away with calling him the F word too, yeah. Before they just cut that nigga off, man.
I was sitting back like when you dog, Washington fans, they get so visceral with it. And I'm like, what did he do to you? He is the nicest guy ever.
Not win.
No.
That's why they do.
No, you know what
That's
it
why
is.
they look at Dallas fans so weird. Why didn't y'all get rid of that nigga? Because we were in the playoffs, but he didn't win it.
No. It's he didn't beat Dallas when he played with Washington. Ergo, fuck that nigga. I'm like, God damn, like
y'all need to get rid of everybody if that's the case, man.
Because you remember when RG3 beat Dallas and it was like a Super Bowl party, like, oh God, he's the heir apparent. And I'm like, all right. And then when Gimpy McGimpenstein next year played Dallas, Dallas whooped his ass. So it's like, what now?
Y'all, like I said, y'all look. I lost all respect for the Redskins when Tony Romo beat them niggas with one fucking lung. I will never forget that. So
I gotta be honest with you, D. As Cowboys fans, that is the most hilarious thing that we can get on everybody. It's like, hey, 49ers, Romo beat you with one lung. Fuck you.
Man,
you can't say shit.
I wish Romo did that to the 49ers. The 49ers just suck ass at that time. So
it don't matter, man. On paper, you got a one lung quarterback. That should be like dead to rights. You win. Nah.
Lord.
But yeah, yeah, there's nothing else outside of the games that's happening in the NFL, honestly. Personally and stuff.
Real quick though, NFL, the NBA is still going on underway. It's still kind of fun seeing a lot of these teams kind of meld up with each other, trying to figure out what their pace is and all the rest of that. A lot of people are kind of like this. The format for the fucking tournament is still throwing people off. I don't blame them.
They get $500,000. That's
more than the finals. That's weird.
That might get some teams to be like, shit, go ahead and get this money.
No, we'll see what happens. We'll see what happens how this shit balances itself out. Because I'm gonna get paid more winning this one than I'm going to get paid winning the NBA championship. So
hey,
I don't know. I think that's just incentive. I really think that's super incentive.
Today's a special day, D. You want to know why? Zion's kid, the birth of his kid tonight. That's why he's sitting out the game.
Good for him.
Better hope Mariah Mills doesn't find out the hospital.
Is that saga still going on?
Behind the scenes a little bit, but not as pronounced.
Here's the thing. It's amazing what women would do when they see a check flying out of the window. And Mariah Mills, literally, who I don't like her, but I'm gonna give her respect in this regard. She can pretty much have any man she wants.
She's
and the fact that Zion was like, bitch, this was just a one time.
Mariah, a buddy of mine's, because he used to mess around with some of these chicks. Mariah's in that category of them older black women that used to go to All-Star Weekend back in the 90s, and they're still living that dream to this day.
Okay, it was funny. I was asking my wife about what was that when it comes to younger men. And I was like, I noticed something. It could be just like something I never noticed about women, but I'm just gonna go for my generation of women, millennial women. I noticed they don't get excited for none of these young niggas. The only ones that do are the ones who are hoes, who out here still fucking young niggas. And I get it. A 40-year-old compared to a 24-year-old, you better get yourself somebody. That young nigga gonna hurt you. Have fun. Those are the only ones that go for that shit. And Mariah Mills is one of them.
Because there's something to be said.
I'm shocked at the amount of porn stars that all those chicks. You know what I mean?
Because like just observation,
and
right?
The fact that she's chasing a baller of this type is funny.
I mean, we talked about it, but the fact to the point that she actually was like, I'm about to get out the porn game after I hit the jackpot. And he's like, nah, this is one time. What the fuck are you talking about?
The fuck you talking about? I had my I was telling myself I shouldn't be jerking off to you. I should be
I should fuck you instead of jerk off. Like,
and I thought to myself, wait
I
a
pay
minute.
$9.99 on OnlyFans when I can
And
just
I
do it.
thought to myself, wait a minute, I ain't a regular nigga. I'm Zion Williamson. I can walk outside and people see that I am a freak. I am a freak of nature. I am what happens when the slave master tells the biggest buck to have sex. I am living. I'm a footprint of that breeding that went back then into slavery. You see who I am? You see what Mike Krzyzewski said? All right, when he saw me, nigga, you know what the fuck I am.
I am
I
glad.
like the fact that he did exactly what D said he would do if he became a baller. You know what that was? Sleep with porn stars and then go. This one, no, we're not a what relationship.
What is that?
Girl, I got an actual girlfriend. Okay, see, that's only ballers can do that shit. I got
regular people.
I got a wife, but I'm fucking 80 women. Like
that is a special kind of setup. That is rich people problems at that stage, man. And
I mean, I laugh at that, man. But whatever.
but I'm glad ESPN actually expanded on actually having the in season tournament standings, and it was still fresh on it. I'm probably not going to revisit this until December. Once it's starting to get to a point of who's going to be tops and stuff. So it is what it is.
I think, but like I said, everybody's still getting acclimated into the week. I mean, not into the week. Yeah, still just like the first week of basketball. So
Wemby is still being Wemby. He's breaking records, and
everybody's already like, wow, they already having turnouts in these games and all the rest of that shit. Cool, man. I just really hope that the NBA doesn't try to force shit. Like, it's so funny.
Mm-hmm.
As much as I think they try to force a lot with Yao Ming, they only got a certain amount of time with Yao Ming before he was done.
Before he pieced out.
Yeah, he peaked kind of early. Even being his age, he was going to have knee problems, back problems, and all the rest of that shit. That was bound to happen. Everybody knew he was going to come into the league with some of that.
Mm-hmm.
So, but we got a good amount of time with him. But you can tell the NBA was really trying to force the Asian audience and really try to. So I always laugh when they try to slam their foot on the accelerator, trying to make a star.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? And I think they kind of gave up when Darius Miles showed up and this nigga did nothing. It was like, we can't trust the blacks. So they kind of stopped.
Darius Miles, now there's a name.
And that's when they started like, yeah, let's look at these foreign players.
Yeah,
yo, man, the only reason I said all that because somebody brought up Darius Miles the other day. And I was like, I remember Darius Miles was really legit supposed to be the next Jordan. And he was I think I learned that just because you're straight out of high school don't mean shit. Because up to that point, the only people that I knew that came out of high school was KG, and I forgot somebody else came out at that time.
But it's very rare that you get somebody coming out of high school that's going to be this phenomenal, like KG being who he
had
is.
A year before he became the big ticket that we all knew he was. Like, yeah, the first year was good, but he wasn't good until his second year, at least in my opinion.
No, that's what I'm saying. But KG is rare because most people you end up with somebody like fucking
Kwame
Brown, who was supposed to be this guy coming out of high school. And granted, even Gil said as much. It was so many factors that went with Kwame where it was like, you got on here, but then Jordan was like, hey, let me go on ahead and see what I can do with the Wizards too. So that kind of fucked you on that. And then
old boy's trajectory.
You fucked his trajectory. You fucked his confidence up because you're Michael Jordan and stuff. And then by the time Gil came in, the management was like, well, Gil is our guy now. And Kwame was like, what the fuck? I thought I was the guy.
That really just perplexes my mind and that shit, yeah. Like, we gotta wait for some of these kids to be stars, man. They ain't got it yet. Like, I seen them try to do it with Cade Cunningham. Like, slow down with Cade. We don't know how good Cade is going to be in a couple of years. But there are some stars you're going to keep your mind or your focus on. But I always laugh when they try to force the shit. Yeah. And I really don't want them to force it with Wemby, but he is already an attraction.
But I like
doesn't try to dunk, and he dunks.
But I like the fact that some of the people that I'm cool with online that are like Spurs fans, they like the kind of correlation that people are saying, especially I guess San Antonio local radio, sports radio. They're comparing him to Tim Duncan in terms of what his possibility could be, which I think that's a good thing. Because as long as you're not like, oh shit, you're LeBron or whatever, it's like no, they see Tim Duncan aspects in him that could net him to be that guy for San Antonio as the face, which that makes sense.
My thing, if I was this, if I were anything, these first few years is really defense to drill the shit out of this motherfucking kid.
Oh yeah.
I want him to be super locked down. Yeah, it's one thing you have some dude you have to shoot over in order to make shots and shit. You know what I mean? It's already bad enough you got to shoot over this nigga. And I think that's where it's going to get really tricky. And that's how Wemby can probably get ate up. So, but you got to make this dude as defensively ready to see any amount of speed that comes his way, any amount of size that comes his way. Pause. You're going to have this nigga be ready for it. And, you know, I have this feeling that Wemby's going to open up the whole thing about the whole, like, I think the lane is going to change up because of him. Like something of this game is going, he has the potential to change the game up. If Steph made everybody want to be a 3-point shooter, fine. That is something that we have to accept in this game. Wemby has that same thing where it's going to be like, all right, nobody staying in this position for longer than blah, blah, blah. What? Blame Wemby. Y'all can't do
exactly.
This no more. Like, there's going to be something in this game where it's going to be like, yeah, slow him down. Because here's the worst part about when you do that. It ain't going to be him that takes advantage of that. Niggas smaller than him that know the game is going to be like, bet, Wemby rule, boom, or whatever it may be. You know what I mean?
Gil said, again, this is the reason why we love Gil, because the way Gil breaks it down, like he was there during all these different rule changes. Because he was talking about how, like, the reason why you don't have those traditional centers is because the rules change so much to where people like Gil that are shooters, they're actually got free reign now to be able to, like, you know, basically go in.
And the fight, it's the one thing I love is like this. As a dude that wished the lane was open, because you see how small, you know how tall I am, Chris. I had no choice but to run up the motherfucking thing and get my fucking shit rocked by everybody up in that motherfucker. I love it now where that's a foul, but here's me. Bitch. That's some bitch shit, man. Nah, man. No, if you going up there, have guts, nigga. It's like,
because it used to be a time where it's like you tried to go in and Shaq is there.
The lane, nigga. I hate dropping the lane, man, because that was this. That's all that was.
You drive the lane and Shaq is there, he fucking clothesline your ass. Like,
oh my God, man. I think like I do feel like Joel Embiid would be much better if he played that way, but we all know Joel's problem. Joel's soft. I think we are is even in the league long enough, and we all know what it is. We talk about AD being soft. I see AD play 10 times as hard, and that nigga's walking porcelain.
Which he has a hip injury right now. Because I haven't fantasy basketball. He's out for a hip injury for a couple of games.
You see what AD has been doing these last few games? Woo! Again, the Lakers have been waiting for that dude's lights to turn all the way on so LeBron can step. And Gilbert was talking about this. He said, LeBron, like, if you were Lakers, you want LeBron to be your third. It was like, third, nigga? Yes, your third. Do you know how much that will open up his game and how unstoppable the Lakers would be if AD was AD, is the number one that he should be? And just for the sake of argument, because I'm not going to stay on it. If let's just say if D'Lo, let's say if D'Angelo Russell actually fucking steps up and actually gives you the 25, the 7 and 6 every game and shit. If he actually did that, LeBron can step back and just be a point guard. And that's all he can do, just pass the ball off and do whatever he wants. Like I said, he can step back to be the point guard, switch with the forward position as freely as he wants to. He could be your third option. And if you're lucky enough to have a bench with him, oh my God, have him just out there with the bench players, let him run the court. And when AD get out there, I get to say, they are ways that they've been trying to do. But the problem that surrounds that is the problem that LeBron has had since he got into the league. Because LeBron is who he is, and I've seen this since his first year in Cleveland, nigga. When LeBron gets the ball, this is everybody else on the court. What we doing?
Let him do what he do.
And LeBron, remember the reason why people loved him in Miami is because that wasn't his responsibility.
Yeah, it was everybody. It was so many people to focus on because it was either Ray Allen, it was either Dwayne Wade, it was either or Chris Bosh and LeBron. So it's like
they had enough faith in fucking Mario Chalmers to run that fucking court the way they wanted to.
So LeBron people didn't have to worry about just let LeBron. It's like, no, we need to lock down LeBron because
you have a freaking rogue on the fucking court.
Yeah.
Here's the thing, like, and I tell this to everybody: you want to know how truly scary LeBron is? There's that version of LeBron is so scary. If you look at what he did to the Celtics, what he did to the Celtics was so damaging. The Celtics weren't the same team until they got this light-skinned nigga that's underneath me, yo. That's how bad LeBron beat the Celtics. He tore that team apart. Mentally and physically tore that team apart. That's what I'm saying. If he dropped to the third right now, I'm not saying that this dude is going to be ranked a 90, like a 90, 94, like he was in Miami. He's still an 88 that is free on the court to be a number 3 on that dog. But yeah, man, that's the problem the Lakers got. And like you said, like we just said, AD don't stay healthy enough for this shit.
Yeah. I meant to say this when we were talking about NCAA football. Apparently Thursday is when we'll get a decision on what's going to happen to Michigan.
Oh yeah. So this is definitely going to affect them next year. Now, what's the consequences they face? Is it just they're not going to have like eligibility for like a bowl game, or are they going to snatch like just scholarships away from them?
If I were to be, they haven't said what the punishment would be, but it wouldn't be surprising if it is kind of like some sanctions and all that stuff, basically. But they just said that the decision is going to come Thursday.
They're getting something. They're gonna get something. If like they're gonna, like I see them at least snatching scholarships. I don't see them stopping them from bowl eligibility. Unless
I wouldn't be surprised if Michigan pushes back on that shit too.
I don't want to be surprised either. That's what I'm saying. Unless it's huge, where it's like, yo, y'all was cheating. Like if they take away bowl game, if they take away them to get bowl games for a couple of years, it's gonna be like, what did y'all do? Like, what did you do? You know, so it's gonna hurt Michigan, period, bro. One other thing, before we roll out, not much because I don't feel like talking about much. Was wrestling. The only thing really was number one. I want to put this out here. I saw this online somewhere because a lot of people are giving themselves this copium. If MJF becomes a free agent, he's going to be one of the highest paid wrestlers of all time. Stop it.
I like MJF too, but damn, no.
WWE is not going to pay that nigga more than $2 million.
Fuck no.
And the reason why I say that's what Dolph got paid. They're not going to pay him more than they paid Dolph.
And Dolph was happy to be the mid-card guy to put everybody over.
I'm saying. Dolph had that with incentives. So you mean to tell me you're going to give that to MJF, the dude that talks like Miz? We got 6 other people that can talk like Miz right now, dog. So, you know, whatever. That's not me hating. It's just something I saw that was ridiculous, but whatever.
Logan Paul is the United States champion.
Yes, he is. He's the United States champion. I had a feeling they was going to finally give it to Logan Paul. Logan Paul has fared much better than his brother because here's the difference. Nobody likes celebrity boxing because it's fake. People know wrestling's fake.
Yeah, they're willing to, I think, as
you
fans.
Can accept the shenanigans of wrestling.
We can accept the shenanigans of wrestling. You're right on that. I think it's just one of those things that, like Logan winning the belt, somebody brought up a good point. Number one, as much as we love Rey Mysterio, hey, Ray, you're probably going to be retiring soon, so give it to Logan just so Logan loses to somebody. Logan's going to probably end up losing the belt to – Logan's going to probably end up losing that belt, like, immediately.
They're going to lose that to Royal Rumble.
Yeah.
They're not going to keep it on Logan too long. But
I'd say Survivor Series, he probably loses that shit.
Let's see.
Solo beat John Cena, which all right, Cool.
which was weird. I thought they weren't gonna let that happen, but they did.
Gotta show him as a threat.
Seeing the girls all come out there in cat suits was actually, here's the funny thing. You just made them look sexier for some of them.
I mean, Nia.
See, Nia look. I thought
Nia's to be expected.
Nia pulled a real big girl move because this is Nia. I don't like Nia. All right, now you look good in that suit out there in Saudi Arabia. Money Night Raw. She kept the fucking cats.
I mean, look. Wouldn't you? I would.
Those things when she did this, big girls get over their breasts. Girl, I don't know what you're talking about. I look good in this shit. but like Rhea, like she just made her look hotter. Why'd you do that?
Yeah, pretty much. It's like
covered up. You just made Rhea look hotter. Why did you do that?
It's like when fucking what's her face? God damn it. Bianca. Bianca came out and I was like, that's Bianca Belair. She's gonna make the shit look sexy regardless. Like
here's the funny thing for me. The funny thing for me was that there is still this rule. There's still this rule like thank God they're foreign and they can show their hair. First off, let's make that very clear, because it's one thing to be covered up. These bitches got their hair out thinking they got freedom.
What is this?
That's
freedom?
Messed up. I know what it is. I know how the religion works, nigga. I ain't stupid. I'm just being funny. But that match was not the shit show that I thought it would be, because I don't give what's her name Raquel enough credit. I think she's actually not that bad. I just think she's stiff. Not in stiff like she's hurting people way, just like I wish she was more movement with her. She is a lot of unnecessary Kevin Nash movement with her. You know what I mean? Like, not that she's slow.
He said unnecessary Kevin Nash.
The way she sets up moves, maybe. There's a lot of Kevin Nash movement with her.
What if we
like it?
You know what's funny you say that? What if we found out Kevin Nash is low-key traded her and we're like, well, that makes sense now. Fuck.
Nah. and I need if anybody can trade it and train. By the way, I saw what they did for her. Hey Jay, I need WWE to get Brian Kendrick in here to train you, because they're putting all this hype around you and just for me to see you do that weak ass clothesline you do. So I'm gonna need there to be a fucking oomph. I hope who's that? Bart Backside, Robbie Backside, one of the trainers down there, the English dude that work with Regal. I hope he bust your nose on accent. See why I did that, love? You see why I did that? It's because you're moving too slow. Like, I hope something like that happened, just so she be like, yeah, I need her to be way better than what she was in AEW. Because if not, this is what D is saying. I say this with full chest. We already got 3 black girls who can talk, that can't wrestle. Okay, we don't need a 4th one.
Ooh.
Lash can't wrestle.
Oh yeah,
can't wrestle. The other black girl, they just got her. I don't know much about her. I can't.
Yeah, don't judge. So just say 2.
I can't judge her.
Just say 2.
The one with the brownish hair. I think she's beefing with Rock's daughter right now.
Give her time.
Yeah,
Give her time. But the other 2, yes, you're right.
I love Lash. I was happy to see Lash. This bitch can't wrestle.
Look. Those 2
should have kept those 2 keys, baby.
Those 2 still a notch better than B-Fab.
But I am not seeing the big picture here, Chris.
I don't see the big picture either.
You know what the big picture is I'm not seeing here?
What?
Jade might be the one. She might be the one to get that cosplaying white girl up out of my face.
Who?
Nikki. Lines.
Oh, Nikita.
Yeah.
The one at NXT, the big her? Oh yeah. Well, first that is some of these black wrestlers pogs.
Like honestly, there are too many black girls walking around for you to be doing this Whoa Vicky shit around them. So
Yeah, Jade might end up having to put her
Yeah, I
down.
hope it's Jade. I hope Jade does a move where it's like, bitch, who taught you that? Look, I have seen that a couple times in wrestling with girl wrestlers where like, bitch, who taught you how to do that move? She locked that in there. Who taught you how to do that move?
I will say this.
Hope she
I like
be like, yeesh.
as great as the Roman and LA Knight match was, I'm glad that they went with the interference method for it because it protects both wrestlers. Because I see the potential of LA Knight. I'm not with everybody else, but they like put the belt on. I'm like easy, just easy.
I don't like. It's so unpredictable now. What the fuck they're gonna do, man?
Yeah, I think that's the other thing too. Because Cody won against Damian Priest, so there's like, okay, Brody's going back to the road to get the belt from Roman, and I'm like, sure, yeah, fine, cool. Like, but I don't even know if that's a guarantee because Seth won against Drew, so we were all thinking, oh, Drew's going to get the belt. Now it's like, so is Damian going to go for the belt with Seth, or is he still going to keep his eyes on Roman? So
he lost to the motherfucking Sammy. Sammy, I don't know if Sammy cashed it in or nothing like that.
No, he beat JD McDonagh, but like,
he
still has the briefcase. So
I think he still has the briefcase or something like that. I don't know the whole deal with that. I didn't get to see that part of Raw. All I saw was a setup for War Games, and that's about it.
War Games is coming back,
which is making me laugh. They're making Adam Pearce talk more on the show, which is always fucking funny. So
they have some of the matches announced for it.
The one thing though, that we wait a while a week for that one, man. Yeah, because they still.
Oh, never mind. Yeah, they say it was a couple of weeks before they have it complete. So,
yeah. But the one thing I will bring up is we didn't bring it up was Nick Aldis got hired to be the SmackDown general manager, which is so funny because you have two men who are the GMs for Raw and SmackDown respectively, and they both were long reigning NWA champions. Nick Aldis had that jump for a minute. Adam Pearce, if I'm mistaken, when he was wrestling, he had it for about a year and a half, maybe 2 years, if I'm mistaken. He had it for a good minute back then. So it's just a weird little fun fact that both of these men are known as two of the greatest NWA champions in the last 20-something years.
Yeah.
It's not a big list. It's not a pristine list. But when you see those two as champion, you go, all right. And then you see motherfucking Tyrus. But anyway. Speaking of which, there's something upsetting that did happen for NWA wrestling. They had a spot with Reverend James Mitchell where he's giving the wrestlers cocaine and stuff. And Billy Corgan was like, yeah, we really wanted to do this scene, yada, yada, yada. Well, the CW was like, what the fuck are you doing?
Yes, that's CW, folks.
Wrestling, man. It's Edge. You are rated PG. What are you doing? And I understand that some people are like, well, that's kind of pussy, the rest of that. What happened to the Edge in wrestling? This is what Vince had to do.
Mm-hmm.
Vince had to do that same thing. AEW had, if you noticed, when they overstepped that line and TBS busted their head those few times, they started complying. Because if the TV people are telling you can't do it, you can't fucking do it. You gotta abide by that shit. You know what I'm saying? Push the limit. I get it. But there are some things that's like, dog, that's just outright going to get y'all fined.
Exactly.
So now their show is in limbo, and I think it's totally out of limbo now because CW just signed NXT to be shown on CWs across the nation. Whether that's going to be during its syndicated time or its prime time, that's still big. Mm-hmm. Because if that fucks around and gets on CW during the syndicated time where it can show up at any time during the day, that's a fucking monster that's going to be nasty. Because it's like Thursday night, 11 o'clock, NXT. Oh, shit. I think they're going to show it during prime time, though. I think they'll show it like during 8 o'clock and nothing like that. But that also being said, Fox told WWE, nah, you're done. Nah, you're done. We don't want you on Fox no more. And what makes that so funny is because they weren't hitting the mark in ratings. I'm like, it's a Friday night. What mark did they have to hit? That's all I wanted to know. Oh. Oh shit! I fell off.
Yeah, it must have fell off real quick.
Oh shit! I was like,
Sorry.
you froze, nigga. Don't do that. You froze.
I know. I was just like, is that me? It must have been me. So my bad.
Oh shit! But that's about it. But yeah. That's
Yeah.
that's all the bit of
Who
wrestling
you-
I got, man.
Oh yeah, real quick. Because you mentioned MJF. MJF got to defend his belt against Jay White. You think this might be the Jay White win for the
I
belt?
didn't really. So you know what? I don't know who's primed. Just honestly, I don't know who's primed. For
AEW is weird because like obviously Jay White, he's still riding the high from New Japan since coming to AEW, so he's kind of like one of the top contenders.
I will say this: I know this much. He's not the star that they thought he was going to be.
What AEW?
Yeah, I think like what I noticed with a lot of AEW, just because of their fan base and they know who they are, they depend a lot on the fans to carry over the drawing power that they have somewhere else.
Mm-hmm.
And the problem I have with Jay White is not that he can't be a drawing thing or nothing like that. It's just that I think they highly overestimated how big of a deal he was going to be when he got to America.
Yeah.
Like, I'm going to tell you right now, there's no sweepstakes to getting Will. There's no sweepstakes right now getting Will Ospreay.
Mm-hmm.
But you want to talk about somebody that will hit the free market that New Japan, AEW, and WWE are going to fight over. That's Will Ospreay. That's going to be the gold rush that everybody's going to see. It ain't going to be MJF. It ain't going to be MJF. Not as high as everybody thinks it's going to be. But that being said, though, it's I think a lot of people, they just really thought he was going to be bigger than what he is. Like if Jay White actually made a decision to go to WWE, I think he'll still be in NXT, but it'll be in a different spot where I think he'll be being a lot used better.
Yeah.
Fighting different people and all the rest of that, getting out of his comfort zone. I think that would have been different, but it's not a bad thing he's over there. But like I said, I don't know how hot he is right now. So, the way it seems, they want to keep the belt on MJF as long as possible.
Bro, they got Okada versus Daniel Bryan at Wrestle Kingdom.
Oh yeah, forgot about that. That's still supposed to fucking happen. Happy birthday to Okada, who is 37 years old. Was he 36?
Damn,
he's 36 years old.
3 years younger than me? Fuck.
Yeah, Okada is still like, I think some people are surprised that Okada is still that young. Yeah, he's still in his 30s. And that's the sad part about it, is that a lot of the shit that's happened in New Japan is kind of slowed down, and he's just a huge fish in a pond that's getting smaller. So
okay, so just running down real quick the Wrestle Kingdom 18 thing. So obviously Okada, Daniel Bryan, three-way a match for the IWGP Heavyweight Championship. Will Ospreay versus John Moxley versus David Finlay.
Oh yeah, I forgot. Finlay did something recent. Oh yeah, Finlay destroyed the United States and the UK belt.
Yep.
The IWGP on both those belts. I don't know the whole storyline behind it. Again, I'm sorry, y'all. Like I need to quit faking. I need to be a weep again. I know.
The Junior Heavyweight Championship is Takahashi versus El Desperado. Could be interesting.
No. I'm shaking my head because I am sick of these long-term storylines that are just like, if y'all don't get a bigger fucking roster, whatever. I'm glad Desperado's up for the motherfucking belt that they're never going to give him.
Francesco and TJP versus Clark Connors and Joel Maloney for the IWGP Junior Tag Championship.
Oh yeah, they would be doing all that right now, and we're going to be waiting for if I'm mistaken, they're going to be. They haven't set the tag team belt for the. They haven't because right now, at least what they're gearing up for, if I'm not mistaken, is the World Tag League, which is the big tag team tournament at the end of the year.
Yep.
And usually the winner of that sees the champions at Wrestle Kingdom. Usually, and like I said, I haven't seen it in a while. And I don't know if it's prep for that or primed up for that, anything like that. But we're about 2 months away from the second biggest wrestling event of the year.
Yeah, and
that isn't anything from the biggest wrestling event that isn't in WWE, which is weird because I thought. So is AEW still doing that thing where they're piggybacking up on Wrestle Kingdom?
I think
I
full
don't
because
think they
when's Wrestle Kingdom normally?
First of the year.
I don't
week
think
of-
so.
Yeah, I don't think it's gonna do
Because like I said, Full Gear is coming up for AEW.
Full Gear is I think all in is the big one for them.
Like I'm looking at it right
They don't have a
now.
WrestleMania yet. That's weird. I thought they would have had it by now.
Yeah. So you got full. Yeah, they got
Double
full.
or nothing. Yes.
So you got Full Gear coming up in next week, and World's End is the one that's at the end of December, going into January. So World's End leads into whatever the New Japan thing is.
I guess
I guess that's theirs because next year they don't have much in the way of something in January and all that. So
yeah, I know. I think it was that's what, like, is it all in? Is All In there big?
All In is August next year.
Double or nothing.
I mean, All In is like August next year.
I feel like All In it should be their big one because that's the only one that can come.
It's
That's
Wembley.
the only one I think that can have a swinging chance at SummerSlam, but SummerSlam is getting bigger every year. So I don't know.
I mean, they're in Wembley Stadium, so they luck out in the fact it's London, nice venue.
Yeah,
you know.
I think that's what it is. I don't know. Who fucking knows? I think that's their big one, but whatever.
But anyways, that's pretty much it. Working Title Sports Show, we did pretty good this week.
Yeah,
lots of crazy stuff.
That's
lots
a show.
stuff.
I think next week. I'm trying to gear up to try to get us to do another wrestling show. I'm going to have a bit of a problem with the one I wanted to do, so I might do another old school jump for us to look at. Only just for right now, I got a problem with it. Just because right now I have Peacock, but I don't have. It's a stupid long story. I don't pay for my Peacock
Unless Ready to Rumble,
huh?
Ready to Rumble. It's a weird time in wrestling, guys. That was a weird time in wrestling.
I don't know. We are up on Survivor Series right now.
I can't.
Give me a week.
I'll let you think on that. Marinate a little bit on that.
I don't know because I'm thinking more of. I feel like doing something from WCW, but a part of me is like, I think this would be the perfect time for us to actually. If I can find it, and I think they should have it all on YouTube, is like the Heroes of Wrestling. You know, the famous one. I want to talk about 21.
Yes. Yes. Please.
Like, I feel that we need to talk about something like that. So I don't know, man. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, that's our show, man.
All right. We catch you guys later. Peace.